Welcome back to Duff's Tavern. Today we are joined again by Addie, aka Sausage Girl.
Oh my god! I still want my T-shirt.
It's out on the shop. I just need to order it. That's the only thing. I haven't forgotten about it. I just haven't had the funds because I just got a new crippling addiction called Magic the Gathering.
Okay, you sound like my roommate's boyfriend.
Oh, I am nerdy as shit, and I love it. Like, I have spent almost $350 in a month of, like, I just started like a month and a half ago.
Dude, if I had that kind of expendable cash right now, I'm telling you.
What would you do with it?
I would put it towards my apartment.
So that's a responsible adult answer. What's the non-responsible adult answer?
The non-responsible adult answer would be get in my car and drive to a town that, like, nobody's ever heard of, and just go somewhere super local.
Fair enough.
Like, go to a local restaurant. That was the best part about living in Washington. You could go anywhere.
I would love to go like the old lighthouse towns in like Maine, or Lake Erie. I was up there for my aunt's wedding, and it was just like a casual little town.
Yeah, super tiny. Yeah, that's kind of where I learned to drive stick.
I still don't know how to drive stick.
Oh my gosh! Once we get a beater traded into us at the dealership, you should swing by. I'll teach you.
All right, bet.
Okay.
So today we were having sex on the beach because we were supposed to have a White Russian.
Yeah.
But some ingredients got messed up on the way, or forgotten, whichever one.
It's okay.
I was 50-50 about it because I'm not big on cream. I don't know how that would...
Really?
Yeah, like I hate whipped cream. I hate...
Oh, you use milk.
Yeah, I bought coffee creamer for this because it said like online heavy whipping cream.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, it's good either way, but... I don't know. It's just something about the Big Lebowski. It just made it click for me.
I am a deacon of his church. The Church of the Latter-day Dude.
So dumb.
Let me see. I think I have the certification on here. I think I favorited it. Yeah, there it is. And my certificate will be right here.
This is so dumb.
It is. But it's been over a year since you've been on? I think last October.
A little bit, maybe almost exactly a year.
So what have you been up to while you do that? Talk about that. I'm going to make the drinks.
Gosh, what have I been up to? I haven't really done much. I mean, I've just been working like crazy. I've been learning how to, keep people from walking all over me, which is something that I guess everybody takes a lifetime to master, but I've applied for a new apartment because my landlord's selling the place and we definitely don't want to be there anymore. We're just ready for something different, good change. So found my own place and that's exciting. Other than that, I've just been really keeping to myself, which has been really helpful. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I want to start a new position at work soon. So come November, hopefully I will be a service advisor, which will be a little bit easier. You know, when you drop your car off at the dealership and you want an oil change, I'm the person that will take your keys and take your money. So it's kind of nice. I'm excited. But there's still no real timeline on when that's going to happen. So it's just a waiting game.
All right. And let me mix this up. I think you mix it up. Whatever. It all tastes the same.
Yeah, it's going in the same spot, right?
Exactly. And coming out the same spot, too.
Yeah. Not exactly, but kind of.
Maybe. Filters out a little bit.
Well, you don't know what I got, so that's fair.
Fair enough. It's bad to assume nowadays. Cheers. It's sort of like, I made tequila sunrise with Kyle, which is orange juice, grenadine, and tequila.
Yeah.
And since the last time you've been here, obviously, upgraded a lot.
Yep, I like the setup. I do.
Yeah, I got weird things from work, old beer.
Hopefully nothing flies off the shelf this time.
Yeah, no, Remy has haunted a little bit less. So I think he subsided a little bit. We'll wait till Halloween. He might pick up a little bit.
True, yeah.
Which I have found my costume.
Oh, God, what is that?
I found on TikTok a Mothman onesie.
You would spend your money on that.
I haven't bought it yet. It's in the cart. I'm just waiting for like a few paychecks.
Yeah, you would spend your money on that.
Why not? Mothman's awesome. It's one of my favorite cryptids besides the Wendy Boy.
Yeah, my costume this year is going to be me and my best friend Kalia, and we're dressing up as Salt and Pepper.
The wrappers or the condiments?
Condiments, like straight up salt and pepper.
So which one are you?
The spices. Salt, obviously. I'm a white girl. And she is Miss Peppa. And she's so sassy, and we're so excited. For my birthday, we went and saw the Am I Racist? Matt Walsh movie.
Oh, I've heard so many things about that. How was it?
My God. Okay, so Matt Walsh took an online certification course to get his DEI cert to become a professional DEI expert.
Yeah.
Okay. He then creates a Craigslist ad to cure your white supremacy and suppress your white guilt a little bit more so that you don't feel like you have this heavy burden of being white. And he gets about 20 to 25 people to sign up for this class, okay? The first, 5 people, I mean, everybody sits down, he starts explaining it, 5 people just immediately up and walk out. They're like, this is BS, this is wild, what the fuck did I sign up for? So they just leave. Everybody else stayed. And it was a 9-step course on just how you first identify your whiteness, and then what you need to do about it, and then what happens when other people around you are being racist and how you need to confront them. And at the very end, step number 9 was basically the cure and what you need to do outwardly to express this and get everybody to understand that you're sorry. Step number 8 was bringing his racist Uncle Frank out to the floor and basically telling everybody that racist Uncle Frank told him a joke when he was a child that was not funny, and it was a racist joke, and he had everybody go around the room and give a big fuck you to Uncle Frank because racist jokes aren't funny.
All right.
Step number 9 comes around, and he reaches behind the chalkboard, and he tells everybody that this is the only cure for your white fragility. And he grabs a box full of whips and paddles. And he starts passing them out. And only 2 people leave. Everybody else grabbed a fucking whip.
Well,
he got these people to sign up for a class to whip themselves.
In their defense, a lot of people in our generation are really into BDSM.
Yeah, but what the fuck? In a room full of random people that also signed up for a class on white fragility? What the fuck?
Yeah, voyeurism.
It was just one of the most mind-blowing things I think I've ever seen anybody fully execute in my life.
Yeah, I heard him talk about that. He was on Joe Rogan. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I was watching him talk about it on Joe Rogan, which
highly recommend.
Which was just funny on how he would just sign up for places. No one really knew who he was.
Yeah.
And what he had to do to just make them feel comfortable to say whatever, because the whole thing isn't him trying to trap people. It is just
it's him just trying to get them to actually explain what they're trying to say, and they can't. They talk themselves in circles. They don't understand social cues in a way that people think of that that's weird. Why are you saying this? It was mind-blowing and beautifully done. So if you get the chance to go see it, go see it.
I'll definitely add it in my list. I'm terrible at watching movies.
It'll definitely come out on Amazon or something.
Or Daily Wire has their own thing.
I was about to say, Daily Wire's got their app now, so.
Yeah. Which I feel like that's also on the other side too. The Far Sides are both in that circle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Insanely. I've been on the side of Twitter, and it's so bad on that one side and so bad on that other side.
There is no happy medium anymore.
No.
But at the same time, I think that has a lot to say about the morals and ethics of the country. Because you're either one way or you're another way. And unfortunately, there is a right or wrong.
Yeah.
There is not that much gray area in this world.
There's a lot less compromise. That's where most of the problem is all the people who are in the middle are snuffed out by the really loud people on both sides.
Exactly. I love it here.
It's an amazing time we grew up in.
It is pretty historical, and it's kind of interesting to be able to say that we've lived through so much from like 9/11 forward. Yeah. Everything's different, and we are that generation that everything's different for.
Yeah, we had Y2K, 9/11, the housing crisis.
Yeah.
COVID.
The recession. Yeah, all of it. All of it. First black president. Like, we've seen it all. We've seen greats. We've seen a lot of failures, though. Yeah. And we're getting to the point where there's...
And yet we're the laziest generation.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that we are the laziest generation. I would say that the generation after us has become the laziest because nobody put their foot down.
I would slightly disagree because a lot of people in our generation and the generation under have grown up with, like I've said for a while, the American dream's not dead. It's just on an IV bag. Like, it's really hard to get a house, start a family, all that. So we grew up being told that, like, oh, we have this American dream of own a business, own a house.
Start a family, yeah.
And now all the houses are extremely priced, highly priced. The minimum wage is $7.25, which no one can afford anything.
Yeah. Like, I mean, even then, setting the minimum wage that high, if you look at the cost of living between here and Little Rock, Arkansas, it's exponential. Mm-hmm. Why? Because the only thing in Little Rock, Arkansas is the Walmart distribution center.
Yeah.
But that's still good money. You can make great money there. In your apartment, a studio is $900 a month. Yeah. That's still insanity, but it's not Charleston.
Yeah. I think the cheapest one bedroom I saw was about $1,300.
That's exactly what I'm gonna pay.
Yeah.
For a one bedroom that's literally outdated and no in-unit laundry, but it's the only pet-friendly place I could find around here that would accept my dog. Yeah. So
that's what I have the problem with too, because Fenn's 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone's either, like, a small dog or, like, cats only.
Yeah.
Like,
there's, like, a 35-pound weight limit. I'm like, what kind of dog is 35 pounds unless you can drop kick it? If you can drop kick it, I don't want it.
I've talked shit about Chihuahuas where I had a few, like, TikTok comments on it. Being like, my Chihuahua is so nice and so friendly.
I'm sure.
I fully believe that little raptor is the gem in your eye.
Yeah, I don't understand the Chihuahua thing either. I'm a big dog person, though. I always have been. We grew up with, like, St. Bernards and collies, and then my dad got into terriers, and I think about 40 pounds is the smallest he'll go. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's still a pretty small dog. I mean, he's compact, but he's a little tank.
I think the smallest I'd go would be, like, an English Bulldog or a Boykin.
I love a Boykin, but they're greasy dogs. That's a greasy dog.
Oh, yeah.
A Bulldog? Absolutely not. I lived with a Bulldog for one summer, and it was probably the worst experience of my life. It was horrible. I thought that dog was dying every day.
Well, you don't want, like, the huffing and wheezing of just...
Or the yeast infection on their face, or the amount of gas those dogs produce. No, thank you. I'm good.
It's more like a French Bulldog. Those are smelly.
They're all smelly.
Yeah. Even Fenn, like, he scares himself with his own farts.
Hercules doesn't. He just, like, fully relieves himself when it's bedtime, and I'm in a gas chamber, basically.
Fenn also snores like a diesel truck, so he won't sleep on the bed with me. He will crawl himself under the, like, 1 foot of clearance that is under my bed, and then just lay on a post and snore so the whole bed is vibrating now.
That's kind of nice. You got a massaging feature.
It is, but it's also loud as shit, too.
That's funny.
But how's Hercules?
He's a handful. He's been good. After his little vomit incident, he's been a lot better.
I still haven't met him.
Yeah, he, it's really hard for me to introduce him to people.
Yeah.
Because he's not stranger friendly. And I tell everybody that. Like, I got him specifically because...
To protect you.
Yeah. I didn't want people walking up to me randomly. Yeah. I don't want strangers in my space. I want to be able to be very selective of who comes in my home because I have a big dog that'll eat them. And I like that excuse. It's nice to have. But at the same time, I have a lot of friends, and he's great with women, but with men, it's hard.
I'll just wear a wig. It's fine.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
No, I've been curious about that. Just, like, for some reason, like, animals have always come up to me. Like, there's been multiple times where I met people.
Yeah.
Even when I just visited Campbell, like, his dog Anakin is always, like, weary of people. But immediately, like, came up to me and was, like, jumping on me, acting like he knew me for his whole life. So, I've always been curious. Like, I don't know if I have, like, an aura for animals or something. Except donkeys. I fucking hate donkeys. One in particular.
See, me and llamas. I'm not a llama gal.
I don't think I met a llama before.
Llamas are kind of gross.
I mean, yeah, they spit.
Yeah, and they do that lip thing.
Well, so do giraffes, and people like giraffes.
Yeah, but a giraffe is like innocent looking in the eyes. And a llama and an alpaca, that's like a kill, eat, destroy kind of look. That's like a look of an elk, okay? Elk have nothing but hatred in their eyes.
Have you seen, you probably haven't seen like the new Minecraft movie trailer.
No.
But the llamas look so disgusting along with the sheep.
I have seen a little bit of like the really bad. Yeah, it looks awful.
Yeah, with Jack Black and.
Yeah, everybody's really mad about it.
Oh, I don't know if people will bully the studios like they did for the original Sonic movie.
Yeah.
Did you remember that trailer when it came out?
That was. Yeah. Why'd they do him like that?
Because, I mean, it sort of looks like the whole Sonic fan base, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Which that whole...
I don't know, it's like furry fandom type shit. I can't.
I mean, it's basically the same. Like,
yeah, I can't.
The Sonic fandom's there, along with, like, the My Little Pony fandom.
I think it's kind of demonic, to be honest with you.
Elaborate on that.
I think if you... I don't know. I feel like you're at that point trying to infantilize the idea of childhood. And that rubs me the wrong way. Mm-hmm. I think we need to protect our children and their childhood at all costs, and I don't think that's an adult thing. Mm-hmm. And as much as it's good to like heal your inner child and connect with that inner child, I think that there is a limit. Mm-hmm. Like you shouldn't wear a diaper in your mid-20s and early 30s. And, like, think that that's normal and, like, carry a pacifier with you. Like, I think that's fucking weird.
Half of that's Taylor Swift fans. Because, the people for the Eras tour would wear diapers.
I know. And it concerns me. And that's another thing. It's, like, idolization that we have of celebrities these days is very, very demonic and scary. Mm-hmm. Like, the things that have happened at Astroworld, the things that happen at Beyonce concerts, like, all of these things.
What happened at Astroworld?
Do you not remember what happened at that giant concert? Like, it was either pre or post-COVID.
Was that the one in Vegas where the dude shot it up?
No.
Oh, no, I don't know what happened at Astroworld.
It was like 200,000 people shoved into this venue.
Oh.
And everybody starts, like, I guess, vibing, but they were all, like, rushed to the stage, and people were literally lifted up. There was demonic things all over the stage. And, like, screens and stuff were coming down and, like, blasting all of this, like, demonic, cryptic messaging all over the place. And people were looking around and saying that everybody looked like they were dead and that their life was just being sucked from them. And that's what it is. It's energy harvesting. It's disgusting. It's partly why I don't love big concerts. I like super small bands that cost $25 to go see. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's my vibe. I don't want to go to, like, a giant concert and worship somebody on a stage. Yeah. Because that's essentially what they are. It's freaky.
It depends on the concert. Like, I've gone to a few of the local venues. Like, when Wheeler Walker Jr. came down here, I went to that. Right. I think the biggest one was Shane Gillis when I went there.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, that's, like, innocent stuff. That's not, like, you don't have the intention to go and, like, worship those people. But when you spend $400, $500, $600 on a Taylor Swift ticket... Yeah. Like, why are you actually going? What's the intent behind that? She doesn't want you there. She wants your money there. She wants your energy there. And it's freaky.
I don't know. I always I don't love talking shit to Taylor Swift fans, but I know what makes them mad. As I said, like, I'm so glad that Travis Kelce finally put her on the map so people know her music. And I'm like, oh yeah, my favorite Taylor Swift song is Thug Story with T-Pain.
Yeah, man.
which shows, like, I know enough about Taylor Swift to
make that claim. But I mean, that's a valid claim. That's probably one of her most legitimate songs because she doesn't write her own music. She used to, but she doesn't anymore.
I mean, not many people do who have hit that. Like, there's a lot of ghostwriters even in, like...
Well, yeah. But at the same time, like, if you're making a claim to be somebody, you better have the receipts to back that up. When she says she was a small-town country girl, no, she grew up in a mansion in Pennsylvania.
Did she?
Yeah.
I don't know her history. I just know she might be on 4chan a lot. That's, like, one of the theories with her. Because there was one, it was like, whoever gets Trips gets to name my cat, and someone got Trips and named the cat, and then she posted, like, oh, new cat, this name. Yeah. Which, like, they don't know if she is on 4chan or not, because that whole site is completely anonymous. but I've gone into like rabbit holes of like 4chan conspiracies.
I mean, I don't blame you. I think a lot of it, and unfortunately, when it becomes a conspiracy, it automatically becomes like semi-political in a way. But I think if you look at the track record of how many people have called out these conspiracies that have been proven true.
Oh yeah,
we
started. I love that we started the year with Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay, and then the Drake thing came out, and then now the P Diddy thing, and it's just wild. I want to see how this P Diddy thing goes, because also. The 1,000 bottles of baby
gallons. They weren't even bottles; they were gallon jugs.
And the lawyer said, like, "Oh, we got them from Costco on wholesale." And Costco was like, "We don't sell that.
We don't sell that."
I know.
Yeah, no. And now doctors are warning against using it in the bedroom because it's like not healthy. Like, yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, the Greeks used to use like olive oil, so.
Yeah, but that's a natural oil, not some petroleum-based cancer that we rub on our child's skin.
You're just having sex with dinosaur parts.
I don't like that. No.
All plastic is dinosaurs.
I don't like that.
Instead of horsepower.
Not using
I mean, I have a few things. Like, instead of like laundry detergent, I say laundry sauce, and people hate it.
Yeah. Laundry sauce. Well, I use laundry blow.
Oh, the powder stuff?
Powder stuff.
It took me a second to process. 1 second.
Laundry cocaine. She need a little white powder to get her started.
Get the stains right out.
Working overtime.
But yeah, this year has been fucking wild for everything coming out.
Yeah.
Even like the celebrity thing. Mr. Beast had like allegations against not him, but like the company, how the company ran.
I mean, his chocolate is disgusting.
I haven't tried it, but he came out with like Lunchables.
Yeah.
The Lunchlings.
Yeah, the chocolate's disgusting. It is literally. You remember those like cheap advent calendars you would get, or the cheap Valentine's Day that tasted like straight plastic? Or burning something. It was not. That's his chocolate.
Oh, okay.
That's what he put his brand on, and that's disheartening.
I mean,
like he couldn't have done like a.
The Mr. Beast burgers were good.
Burgers were good.
Yeah, I would Uber Eats those a good bit when I lived in Anaheim.
That checks.
Like my Uber Eats, I try not to do it that much. This is gonna pay me. That's such a fat ass. But it became cost effective to do the Uber Premium membership. It's like $10 a month.
Oh my God, you sound like my ex-husband. Oh my God.
But it's.
Oh man.
Just Vietnam flashbacks.
You'll grow. You'll grow.
I don't want to grow.
From this.
I've grown enough. I've grown enough. I've had enough.
I'm about to chop you down so you can keep growing.
I've had enough character development. I want to give people character development at this point.
They don't want it from you.
I know.
Stupid.
But yeah, speaking of that, you also just hit your divorce anniversary.
I did. I got my divorce anniversary going. Yep. I went to Kaminsky's and got myself the fattest slice of chocolate cake and a grasshopper.
I still haven't been to Kaminsky's. I'm not a big dessert person.
Oh, well, fuck you then.
All right.
Cake is crack.
Fair enough.
Kaminsky's chocolate cake, I used to get off work at Snob, and I would walk over there at like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and sit and wait in line for a piece of chocolate cake.
I've heard good things about it. I'm like never been a dessert person, which I feel like is better in my favor because I can always be like whatever girl I'm dating or whatever, I'd be like, here, you can have it.
I mean,
but then I run into the problem of, I want to go get ice cream. You want to go get ice cream?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's kind of where I also have a problem, though, is because I am so addicted to sugar. Like, it's a problem. Mm-hmm. My first meal of the day is a Frazzle bagel. from
Bagel Nation. Me and Daniel go after working out all the time.
A Frazzle bagel with honey butter and raspberry preserves. Holy shit.
I had the Frazzle with their pumpkin spice cream cheese.
Yeah.
So good.
Fucking banging, dude. I don't know but that's sugar. And then for lunch, I have like a small cup of soup from Panera Bread and a giant kitchen sink cookie. And then for dinner, I go home and I eat like a handful of sunflower seeds and I binge on like turtle Chex Mix. It's such I have such an addiction to sugar and I don't know what it is, but like if you suggest lunch, I'm going to say Sonic so that I can get a blast and you can get whatever you want.
Ocean water. All the way from Sonic.
No.
But I did finally try Metro.
Yeah, banging, right?
It is. I had the Philly cheesesteak the first time, and then I want to say the chicken sandwich. I went twice.
Well, you got to go back and get the chicken and waffles. That's what I recommend every time because I ate that for probably a year and a half straight. Every week for a year and a half, I had chicken and waffles. I
think the last time I went, 10 minutes after I left, you posted on your story that you were there.
That I was there. Yep.
I was like, that would have been real funny to run into.
Great minds think alike. Yeah. Man, I love Metro. I might have to go there for dinner tonight.
Have you tried Biscuit Bros?
I have not.
So fucking good.
Where's that?
Off of Orange Grove, right by Charleston Sports Pub.
That's why I haven't been, because I'm never that way yet.
It's so good. I'll take you there sometime.
Yeah, once I move over here, I have a bunch of places I want to go, just like on the regular. Mm-hmm. I also need to get my aquarium membership because it's like $100.
There's a membership for it?
Yeah, you can go to the aquarium whenever you want for $100.
I did not know that.
Yeah, sign me the fuck up. So that's something I'm going to be doing soon.
I haven't been to the aquarium since they had the penguins. That's like the last time I went.
The aquarium kind of triggers my schizophrenia to a point where I enjoy it. So it's like really fun for me.
Explain.
So I told you that like the walls melt and
yeah.
stuff. Like, yeah. Okay, so that it's settled out a lot, but I still like every now and then like I'll see shadows move or like things will wiggle and like it's interesting. I have a pretty good hold on what's real and what's not, but sometimes like I question it. And at the aquarium, my dude, bro, jellyfish and stingrays are the coolest things to look at when you're a schizophrenic because they like, I don't know, they just do these little subtle movements that just captivate you and you're like, was that real? I don't know. It's cool.
Is that an actual thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of wild. I don't think that schizophrenia is a good thing by any means. I'm not saying that anybody should strive to have it, but
enjoy it while you have it.
I mean, you got to make light of a situation sometimes.
Which is really funny because the last episode was with Campbell, the therapist.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, like I don't think any form of therapy could cure me. It's not like it's an imbalance. It's a chemical imbalance that I've created in my brain.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think it's funny that it was just Campbell talking about therapy and like mental health stuff. And here's like schizophrenia. You might have fun with it, at least while you have it. Go to the aquarium.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you got it, don't flaunt it, but like enjoy it because it can be fun. I'm just thankful I don't hear stuff as much as I used to. I've definitely stopped hearing true voices. I've started hearing like music a lot more, but I think that's fine.
So would you ever try like high-end like hallucinogenics like DMT, like what's the ayahuasca, like that type of stuff? Or
before my eyes were open to how serious God is, I would have. But now that I'm at a point where I understand how fragile the human mind is and perspective, my God is greater than any spiritual thing that I could ever become. So I'm good with that. I will let him have that. He can know everything, and I don't want to chase that knowledge. I want to chase him. Because he can have the power to know everything. I just want the power to be able to chase him. Yeah. So.
Have you heard like through I'm trying to think, legend or whatever, that the burning bush, like since in the desert it was acacia and all that stuff. Acacia has like a high supplement of supply of like DMT. So a lot of people think like the burning bush was like people tripping and getting spiritual.
I can't really say because I haven't done a whole lot of research into that, but I do think that God put a lot of things on this earth to help us grow as a spiritual being. But there's definitely a line in the sand that is, you can take that and run with it personally, or you can take that and run with that with God.
Okay.
And I think the people that take it personally mean well, but what they lose track of is you don't get to keep this spiritual body.
Okay.
You get completely washed when you pass. And when God takes hold of you, you are in your truest form. And if you keep chasing things that are just of you and of yourself and of the world, I think it can be really dangerous no matter how much good intention you have in it. You know? I don't know.
Slightly. Wouldn't God want you to better yourself?
Yeah,
and
but
for him?
But to an extent, though. Like, if it becomes
I'm also playing devil's advocate a lot.
Yeah. No, okay. I appreciate it. I think if you're bettering yourself for yourself, I think that becomes really dangerous. If you're bettering yourself for God and God's glory, I think that's where miracles happen.
But wouldn't bettering ourselves be also bettering for God because we are a piece of that?
Yeah, it's a fine line you have to walk. It's definitely a fine line because you can so easily get sucked into becoming so selfish with that.
Yeah.
You completely lose sight of everything that you were trying to set out to do.
Yeah. It's like too much of antidote can be the poison.
Exactly,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, I've been going in like a giant like rabbit hole with secret archives of the Vatican. Like I'm reading the Book of Enoch right now.
Good. Yeah. I mean, it's important stuff to read, and I think becoming immersed in any form of the word is really important because there are so many different perspectives that you have to take into account when you're reading the word. Mm-hmm. And I think when you start to look at things that have been taken out because of context and the fact that it doesn't fit the Western world today, I think that's really important to even go back and look at because that's especially where the messages are. You know, we're in such a Western world now that we are selfish.
Yeah. Which I've been curious about the Book of Enoch because it's technically not canonized.
Yeah.
But Job talks about Enoch. So
it's kind of a weird extra version of a story that was kind of taken out of the Bible for some reason, and we don't really know why.
Yeah. Then I have in my Amazon card Solomon's Key, which it's so how Solomon basically did like a bestiary, different demons, isn't allowed demons to talk to you and that stuff. They have to do other things. It's like a bestiary of like what demons he had under his control. I like that weird shit of it.
No, that's interesting. I would like to read that. Send me the link.
I will.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like along with Paradise Lost, I read that, which a lot of people hate it because they say it's like personifying Lucifer and that, and how like all the devils and the fallen angels and that stuff.
I mean, but it kind of is.
It is, but also.
But in a good way, like in a healthy way that you can interpret.
Mm-hmm. It's not painting him as the hero; it's more giving him intentions of his actions.
Right. No, I think that's important because I don't think Lucifer ever set out to make a fool of himself. Mm-hmm. But I do think that he set out to become a god that was more powerful than the God that created him.
Yeah.
And I think I was actually listening to a podcast about this the other day. When God cast Lucifer out of heaven, there was no coming back. Mm-hmm. And Lucifer knew that. He was not allowed back in heaven. He was not allowed back into safety in his sanctuary. And so he created this idea on earth that you must die so I can live. Mm-hmm. And Christ said, I have died so that you can live. Mm-hmm. And so it's this like kind of back and forth catch-22 that you see in a lot of things today. Is like we have good music, but is it glorifying? We have like healthy outlets, but are they glorifying? Like, and at the same time, you've got all of these people that want to do good, but they're stuck trying to worship something that's not benefiting them in any way. It's literally killing them.
Have you read the book American Gods by Neil Gaiman? Mm-mm. Fucking amazing series. What it is basically like a lot of the gods from all the parts of the world come to America with different immigrants, and they're losing power because people are worshiping like the new gods, which is like the phone, the TV, anything that you give your attention to is a sacrifice technically. It's a show on Showtime. I think it's ended now, but like the book is really good. But I was also going to say, like, I thought Jesus died to give us back our free will. Like, we lost it from the Garden of Eden because Eve ate the fruit along with Adam. And Jesus died to forgive that and give us back free will. This is at least how I interpreted it when I read that stuff.
Okay. Well, I think we've always had free will. I think we've always had that ability, and we still do. I mean, that was never stripped from us. What I think Jesus was trying to demonstrate with those actions is that there is a living God, and that there is something beyond death, that you don't have to cling to death as the end-all, be-all, and you don't have a finish line there. That's where the start line is for eternity. And I think when he sacrificed himself on that cross, it was more so saying, I forgive you, and God forgives you for everything that you're about to do. Everything that you know is wrong, but you have to do anyway because of your circumstance, because of the choices that you were given at the time, because of the best knowledge that you have and doing the best that you can do with what you have right now, you're still going to fall short because Eve fell short. I still forgive you. We're still given that free will, but at the same time, as Christians, need to realize what we do with that free will. Because we can either drive past the old lady walking down the street in the rain with 1,000 bags, or we can stop and roll down the window and say, hey, I see you're drenched. Hop in. Where are you going? You don't look like you live far. Yeah. You know, it's little things. It's humility.
I've always seen, like, the Bible to be a good moral compass. Like, even if you don't believe in that stuff.
It's the ultimate moral compass for the foundation of America, at least. All of our founding fathers wrote the Constitution based on biblical grounds. Yeah. I think they did a pretty banging job.
Well, yeah, the separation of church and state, too. A little bit.
Yeah. And that's kind of a touchier one, because that brings into account like a whole new aspect of like social justice and injustices. Yeah. And that can be a really fine line to even open up for discussion. But at the end of the day, I think the Bible has some pretty clear grounds on what to do and what not to do. And I think morally, if you're looking for a good compass, that's a good place to start.
I do like the separation of church and state just because the law we have shouldn't be grounded for that book. It should be grounded by the culture that we have in the country.
Sure, but at the same time, you have to be careful with the culture that we live in, too. Yeah. Because, we've got kids in gangs as young as 11, 12 years old.
Yeah, which is, again, goes with culture and, in my opinion, like a lack of respect and like for your fellow citizen nowadays. Because, like, everyone's gotten, like, a lot meaner, along with like we've had like a bigger mental health crisis as now getting spotlighted. Because like even back in the day when people would like bring their guns to their school to go hunt afterwards, you never had a problem. But now with like the rise of everyone being on pills and everyone being like messed up.
Well, I think a lot of that has to come down to the lack of a family unit. Yeah. I mean, think about how many single mothers this world has. Think about how many single fathers this world has. And think about how many broken homes this world has as compared to 20 years ago.
Or a lack of a good role model. Yeah. Just like a lot of the celebrities people are looking up to now are... There's a good bit of good ones. Like, I never really had a role model growing up. I would say the closest one would be like Tony Hawk, because I love to shit at Tony Hawk. Do you not know who he is?
I'm kidding.
Okay, I was about to say, like the Tony Hawk.
No, we love Tony Hawk. I think, I would say like Candace Cameron, you know, the DJ from Full House. Okay. Yeah, I loved her growing up. She's always been like a great role model. Reese Witherspoon, amazing role model. I think she's done a lot of good with her fame. Dolly Parton. Oh yeah. I mean, dude, the reading program that she has that you can sign up for and get a free book every single month for your kid from like ages 0 to like 8 or 10 or whatever. Like that's incredible. And you can do good things with your fame. But when you look at people like Beyonce,
who's had a lot of things against her.
Yeah, I mean, what good has she actually done with her money?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Mr. Beast. Like, he was doing some great things, and now I feel like he's just bought out.
Yes and no. He can still do the good things. He does have, like, the money and everything from the videos to do the, like, wells and all the service projects, along with he has, like, a food bank up in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. But he needs, like, the entertaining videos to supplement that.
And I think that has to come back to the generation that we have basically created of being sucked into a screen all the time and the instant gratification that we get. I mean, our attention span is like 6 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I see it on the analytics.
It's like a fucking goldfish, bro. Why can't we just sit and listen for a minute? Why can't we just sit still?
Yeah, I'm one of the, like, minorities, and, like, I love long-form stuff. Because usually when I'm playing games or, like, doing homework, I
want to listen to something that's, like, real.
I have, like, a podcast going or, like, a long-form video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or even, like, I've been getting into audiobooks. I've been reading a little bit, but if it's a big book, I do the audiobook of it.
Oh, I'm the same way.
Like, the last audiobook I had that I finished was The Longest Walk by Stephen King.
Oh, that's
fucking
a good one.
rough.
That's a good one.
It's like, I've always liked the books that have, like, I'm trying to think of the words for it. It, like, pushes people to the limits of, like, the, like, human endurance and that stuff. Yeah. But I think there's another one. I forget what it is. I'm reading it currently, or listening to it currently, where these people go on a survival game show, and then while they're there, the whole world dies.
Oh,
so they are, like, trapped in there, and they don't know what's reality, what's fake. So they think, like, all of the stuff is a part of the show. Yeah. And
that's insane.
It is. It's such a good book so far. I will find it and I'll send you the link to it.
Yeah, that sounds wild. Jeez.
But I also like weirder stuff. Like, I have no mouth, but I must scream, which is sci-fi post-apocalyptic, where USA, Russia, and China all made a supercomputer because they were at war. Then those were blocked. Like, those came out of stalemate. Then the American machine, AM, RM, and CM, American machine, Russian machine, China machine, he integrated those two machines and wiped out all of humanity except for 5 people. And that is, it comes into the philosophy, I think, therefore I am, which is the old, like, how do you know you're a person? I think, therefore I am. And it's just AI going wild, which is cool and scary.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like 1984 or something. So
I would say crazy. More Blade Runner in Matrix than...
Kind of like The Pedestrian. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good one. I remember watching that movie in high school. The Pedestrian.
I'm trying to think, like, the movie that, like, rocked me was The Platform.
Oh, that one was fucked. That was a wild movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was a wild movie, but it also showed, like, human nature and human greed.
Yeah, but, like, oh man, that was a movie where I watched people be pushed to their extreme, and that one was fucked. Have you seen 9 Perfect Strangers?
No, I haven't.
Okay, do you have Hulu?
Yes.
Okay, you need to watch this at least soon, if not tonight.
Okay.
It's got Nicole Kidman, and she runs a wellness center, and it's basically, you could take this, like, week-long or, like, week-and-a-half-long course with a bunch of other strangers, and you learn how to be a better person. You basically hit a reset button on your life, and it's supposed to be super enlightening. Mm-hmm. And all of these people get to know each other, and they're all, like, got these little spats, and they're fighting and stuff. Nobody really likes each other, but they're all kind of stuck there together. And about 2 days in, she tells everybody that she's been microdosing them on mushrooms.
All right.
And everybody starts to freak the fuck out and think that they're, like, tripping balls and, like, everything's going crazy. And then they start to actually trip. Mm-hmm. And they all start, like, becoming okay with this idea that, like, okay, they've all been dosed. And at the end, she literally pushes everybody to their limit and locks them in a room and, like, sets the place on fire.
Oh, shit.
And, like, they all have to, like, come to terms with who they are as a person before they just die in this. It's insanity. It is the most mindfuck show you'll ever watch. It's like 6 episodes. It's not very long, but my God, that was... Yeah.
Have you seen Midnight Mass?
No.
It's on Netflix. I think it's like 12 episodes.
Okay.
It's a supernatural vampire type thing.
Okay.
And this small little island town, I think off of Massachusetts or whatever, they have one preacher. And preacher's gone for a while. Then a new one comes in. He's a lot younger. Then he starts holding seminars at night. And slowly you start to see like how like his thing on the town, how people would go crazy. It's cool.
Wild.
It is. I watched it with my ex, and like it was. She put on the show. I'm watching it, watching it, and then like one part, I'm like, wait, what happened? Okay, restart this, please.
Yeah.
That was the same with like Archive 81.
That was a great one.
Yes.
That was a really, really good one. I was very impressed with that one.
There's a lot of media that's coming out nowadays that is good. Not like big budget stuff, but a lot of the
but like almost utopian. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and I've kind of liked it.
It's weird, but it's also scary because if you see something that's popped up, that's like, oh shit, that's nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's a lot of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
We've basically been living in Black Mirror for the past 20 years and nobody's said anything, so.
I mean, the Black Mirror is the phone screen. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. And it's freaky. Like, I have to remind myself that sometimes. And I'm really glad that Hercules is very aware of it. Because when I've been on my screen like this, laying in bed for like 2+ hours, he comes up to me and he like knocks it out of my hand. He's like, all right, chill. Like, put it away. Yeah. So.
I try to stay off it as much as I can. Like, I fall asleep to YouTube videos, but I'm so bad at texting. Like, if I'm on my phone, I'll text you back and forth.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like,
you leave it for a little while and just forget about it.
Yeah, I forget about it because I do something else. I'm either like in a video game, editing, writing a script, or doing like homework, which homework is. Finals are coming up this week.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I have to film like a whole news blog for one of my classes, and then the other one is like an independent study one. So I have like a few more assignments I have to finish up, which is radio production, which is so fun.
Yeah.
It is. I've been recording ads, endorsements.
That's fun.
Oh, I'm having so much fun with it, and I'm just free range. He doesn't give us like guidelines.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like those teachers.
Oh yeah, and he's one of the main DJs for The Wolf. So
cool.
Yeah. So he also runs the podcast class. So I was talking to him about this. He's like, "Holy shit, you're more set up than I expected." Because
cool.
like I showed him the videos and all the TikToks and everything I do. Yeah. He's like, "The class won't teach you anything. You can take it if you want."
I mean, yeah, might as well.
But
that's cool.
Oh yeah, I think I have like a year and a half left of school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not bad. Then what?
I move.
Where are you going? Tennessee?
Yeah. I'm done with Charleston.
I don't blame you, dude. There's a reason I left this place to begin with, and I really dug my heels in coming back. Had I not been kicked out of Florida, I would have never come back.
Are you going to leave? Plans on leaving Charleston, or are you going to stay here for a while?
So, the person that offered me this new position at work has told me that they will basically be firing me in 18 months.
Oh shit!
So I'm really excited. No, this is something that is contractual, and I've agreed to. But he basically sat me down and asked me if I had 10 grand in the bank, and I was in the same position I was in, and I had a career that I could fall back on, would I be in Charleston? I said probably not. And he said, well, if I give you something that you can put on your resume that you can fall back on, like being a service advisor, you could go work at any dealership in the country with that. And I give you 18 months to crank out as much commission as you think you can make, I'm going to fire you. I was like, are you serious?
Jesus.
He was like, yeah, I mean, get out. Like, if you're still here after a year and a half, I will be very disappointed.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, okay, sweet. So he basically just gave me a lottery ticket. Just waiting on the time to start.
Where are you planning on going after the 18 months?
And see, that's where I guess I have the next year and a half to figure out. I would love to be somewhere that I get all 4 seasons. I want to be somewhere that has the mountains. I want to be in the mountains, but close enough to water. I don't care if it's a lake or a beach. I don't really have a preference.
Some sort of water.
Honestly, I'd prefer a lake. I'm kind of out-beached. I've lived on the beach all through high school. I'm kind of good.
It's too much.
It is. I think it's I don't know, overrated.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
Which, like, anyone I talk to that has moved from out of town, I'm like, I hate the beach. They're like, how can you hate the beach? Like, traffic's
have you ever
bad.
seen the mountains?
Like,
my God.
Traffic's bad. There's so many people there. Yeah. It's so annoying.
It's hot as hell all summer long. Like, you don't get a temperate day of 80 degrees.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, if you could transplant the people of Charleston up to Washington, that'd be heaven on earth.
I heard Maine is the Charleston of the North because one of my teachers lived there.
Yeah, kind of. I've got a coworker that's from there, but he was like, there's just no opportunity. Yeah. There's no opportunity up there unless you have some kind of in like the fishing industry or something serious. Like, you're kind of screwed.
That's what helps with a lot of the remote work nowadays is you can move anywhere and do it.
Yeah, but I guess that's going to be the issue when we start realizing technology is literally just somebody running a plant. Mm-hmm. And what happens when they quit?
Yeah.
We're out of technology. We got to go back to square one. Our grocery stores are going to run out of food because it's all processed crap.
Yeah.
Grow a chicken. Grow some corn. Slaughter that bitch and feed your family.
I mean, there's been a lot of people like buying directly from farms nowadays. Like that's been on the upswing of people actually getting like locally grown.
I'm trying to convince my mom to get a goat so that I can get like some fresh milk and
make some goat cheese.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't drink milk as a baby. It was goat's milk or nothing for me. So
I've never liked milk of any kind.
I love milk.
I've never been a milk drinker. Like, I'm so unsouthern. I hate whipped cream and I hate pork rinds.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like, I had fatback once and...
What?
I hate fatback. I just don't like... I don't like...
It's okay, it hates you too.
It does. I just hate anything with, like, a lot of fat on it. It always just... I think it's the texture thing while eating.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that way about, like, I don't like pickles.
I love pickles.
Don't ever give me a pickle. A cucumber and, like, a little dish of vinegar? Yeah, absolutely. Give me a pickle? No, go shoot yourself. Like, I can't. Pickles, onions, God, no.
Love onions.
God, no.
Mostly you saute that really good, get it caramelized. Like,
no.
A burger with...
It should not crunch like an apple if it tastes like that. It's disgusting.
But Shrek taught us to like onions. And then,
I don't like the layers. Cakes have layers.
And then Jacob from our high school, the one that dressed up as Shrek that graduated with me.
Yeah, he was that was an iconic move.
Oh yeah, he's been the mention of this podcast a good bit of times with Kyle and Chase.
Yeah, that was an iconic move.
He continued it up in Clemson.
Did he?
Yeah. He was on Old Road Clemson so many times.
Wait, I think I saw that at one point. God, that was him? Oh, Jesus.
That was him.
Oh, some things never change.
Representing J.I. Let's fucking go.
Coach Lee would be proud.
Oh, my God. Dude, like, J.I. nowadays have gotten, like, they've upgraded a lot.
It's wild.
They redid the whole gym, apparently.
I drive by and I'm kind of pissed.
I haven't drove by in a while. My dad works.
I live right next to it, so.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yep.
I never head to James Island. Like, I'm always in West Ashley or North Charleston nowadays.
Yeah, I drive right by it all the time. Kind of sucks.
Miss it? Like,
no. I was expelled from there. I'm good.
I forgot about that.
I am good.
Oh, it's all right. Your favorite teacher doesn't work there anymore.
Principal?
I thought she was assistant. I thought...
Jessup?
Yeah, didn't think she was a principal.
No, Jessup was the principal.
Was she really?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought it was...
Big Bird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Gordon.
Oh,
Gordon
he was assistant principal. It was
Ah.
Jessup then Gordon, and when Jessup got fired, he took over.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that now. Cocaine Jessup.
Goodness, Big Bird hit it hard. Yeah, she was something else, and I love that every Christmas and Super Bowl event and New Year's, anytime somebody's about to drink and drive, they post her mugshot all over the place and they're like, "Hey guys, don't forget, don't drink and drive."
So many people that I graduated with were like sharing the "Welcome Back to James Island" thing. They're like, "Where the fuck is the school?"
The dress code?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wild. The amount of times I had to walk around in those extra large basketball shorts.
I never got pinged wearing rugby shorts.
Which is BS.
Everyone loved my thighs. I'm sorry. I just had...
I'll never forget when the Spanish teacher got dress coded for wearing leggings.
Was it Bainbridge or Platt?
It was Bainbridge.
It's always...
Well, Miss Platt got dress coded first. She was pissed about it. She threw her purse across the room. She was screaming. She was pissed. But Bainbridge was embarrassed. I remember she was like not talking and like, man, everybody was loving it though. She looked good in some leggings.
Dude, that was a whole like crush of...
Dude, she was a MILF. Without any kids.
Yeah, I mean, she was dating the firefighter.
Yeah.
Which I think she ended up marrying.
Probably. I know she was a dancer.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like...
I don't know if it was, like, exotic dancing or if she just liked to dance, but I knew that she had dance class after school. And
I didn't know that.
Dance class.
Oh, high school me would love that.
Yeah, she was the reason I passed Spanish better than I passed English. And English was my best subject.
You really had to work trabajador.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was something else. I loved her.
I always had like a good relationship with God, I forgot his name. The woodshop teacher.
Oh.
Christy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I always had like a good relationship with him.
He was cool. I wish I had the opportunity to take woodshop, but I ended up taking journalism, and Miss Morbido so it was me and Addie Bell. Mm-hmm. Me and Addie Bell had journalism together. We'd always partner up so that we could go write interviews. Yeah. And we would just go to the track and field locker room and smoke a bunch of weed. And it was right before lunch, so we'd just go and get hungry before we had to eat. And she would write us passes every day to go get another interview. Mm-hmm. And she'd sign it saying, "Quit skipping my class to go smoke weed." And we'd be like, "Nope." And we'd come back at lunch and we'd be stinking. We'd have 2 salads each. Mm-hmm.
I ran into Miss Morbido like a couple years.
She?
She's good. I ran into her New Year's. I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago. She was a bartender down on Folly at what's the place? It's like Woody's and then that.
Oh, the Washout?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was a bartender at the
Nice.
Washout. And 2 of my friends from South Africa were with me. They both were named Jess, and they both show their ID as passports.
Oh, my God.
So she looks at it, looks at me. She's like, they're actually of age. I'm like, Miss Morbido, they are older than me.
Oh, my God.
She was like, if I get in trouble, this is on you. I'm like, yes, I completely...
That's hilarious.
I'm saying this as 21 at the time, never having a class with her, but knowing of her because my ex had like a class with her, so I'd always...
She was the best, man.
Yeah.
She was the greatest. We would ask her like all sorts of personal questions at lunch because it was just me and her and a couple of like seniors in class with her because she would just open up her trailer for lunch.
Yeah.
And we just ask her a bunch of personal stuff like...
Care for another drink?
I'm okay, thank you, though.
Solid.
But we just ask her, like, what's it like having to pay a bunch of bills? Like, what's it like having a kid? What's it like living on the beach? We just asked her some super personal stuff, and she was always really down to, like, answer everything. And I don't know, she was just very personable.
Yeah. I mean, like, I always liked her when I talked to her. She was always nice.
She's just cool.
She treated you like a person and not like a student.
Yeah.
Which is, like, is hard for teachers.
Yeah. I'll never forget when we asked her if her son Henry was ever going to go to James Island. She goes, "Fuck no, not this school."
I mean, if you had a kid, would you send them to James Island nowadays?
I wouldn't put my kids in a charter school if my life depended on it. And my mom said that, but then she moved to a place that the only place in district was a charter school. So.
Where would you put your kids?
In my home.
Oh, homeschool?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My God, my kids will be homeschooled through and through.
Okay. That's probably the better move nowadays, depending on the place you go to.
Being able to cook their own breakfast by the time they're 6.
That is an important skill no one fucking knows nowadays, how to cook.
How to cook.
And it aggravates me so much because I have an Italian mom. I was forced to learn.
It's so disappointing, yeah. Like, how do people, kids these days don't know how to do a load of laundry. That is insanity. They don't know how to load a dishwasher.
It's all basic skills that are, like, you should have. You don't anymore.
Yeah. They don't know how to patch a hole in pants. And I get that may not be a huge necessity, but when the time comes, you may need to know that.
It is if you work a blue-collar job.
Exactly.
Rip a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have the funds to go and spend $60, $70 on a pair of new pants every week and a half.
Yeah.
Like,
Plus a lot of the stuff is, like, terribly made nowadays.
It's cheaply made, yeah. Fix it.
Yeah.
Like a can of WD-40. It'll fix pretty much anything.
And duct tape.
Yeah.
Solves all your problems.
Mm-hmm. And a needle and thread. Over, under. Like your mama taught you.
Yeah. I've learned how to, like, roughly sew stuff. I've also lucked out with, like, my mom and my sister being here.
Yeah.
Lauren went to classes for...
Well, I think women have a little bit better attention to detail when it comes to stuff like that. I've been super into, like, embroidery lately.
I've seen that. Those look so good.
I'm so obsessed with it right now. And I don't know why, other than it's just really soothing for my hands to constantly stay busy instead of scrolling. It's like, all right, put on...
You've hit your grandma era, haven't you?
Yeah, I cannot wait to live in my own space so I can make a quilt. Like, I'm gonna crochet like nobody's business.
Just sit there, put on your, like, true crime stuff and just crochet.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah, throw on, I don't know, The Debate just to listen to it again.
Oh my god, those fucking debates.
Woo, that was a hard one. 3 against 1.
It also, like, he hasn't done himself any favors, too. He has been, a lot of his takes and a lot of things have been chronically online, which was the downfall of Ron DeSantis.
Well, I think the unfortunate thing with that debate specifically was that it was all... He just... The only choice he had was to defend what they were saying.
He also took the bait a lot of the times. He could have not defended his rallies and stuff like that. He could have brushed it off, but
Yeah, but at the same time, like, how are you supposed to brush that off when the entire world and the entire media is constantly berating you for things that never even fucking happened?
Yeah, I don't disagree. The debate wasn't smart on his part, along with how he's been running it. I think he is too chronically online and getting away from what he made him win in 2016.
Well, I think that definitely has a lot to do with it. I also think that it has a lot to do with the fact that all of Kamala's supporters are literally funding the entire world right now. Mm-hmm. The IRS fucking endorsed her.
Yeah.
Because, it's what can be unburdened by what has been. What the fuck? It's what now? You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
You have to know the context.
Right. You are the context in which you live. Because yesterday's tomorrow is today.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's been a shit show. Even trying, like, on both sides.
She's asking for another debate.
I know she is. I mean, it makes sense she is, because, like, it makes her look better because Trump doesn't want to debate again. I think that it should be handled on, like, a third party thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Of, like, a podcast or something instead of, like...
I think Joe Rogan should commentate it.
He should, but also shouldn't at the same time, because I would love to see that.
I want him to just at least write the questions.
Yes.
Just write the questions. We can get some rando to...
Or have, like, a town hall where the actual people come up with the questions and you don't have...
Right, yeah. It becomes an actual populist thing instead of some commercialized whatever.
But it's also like the news industry is hanging on a fucking thread, because the only thing propping them up is sports. Because when you buy cable packages, most people buy it just for the sports.
Yeah, just for the NFL or whatever.
Yeah, and they get funded through that. But now that Amazon has taken over the NFL, I'm waiting for all those, CNN, NBC,
MSNBC,
Fox News, all that fucking drop.
Yeah,
because
then it's going to become Daily Wire and whatever Apple News wants to produce.
Daily Wire, Young Turks, a lot of I've been watching Breaking Points.
Oh yeah, Breaking Points is a good one.
Yeah, because you get both sides in that.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just ready for that system to collapse.
Completely dismantle.
Oh, yeah, because it's needed to for a while, because you shouldn't have 24-hour news. You were just filling spots with random bullshit that isn't needed. It isn't news.
Yeah.
And it all just needs to go away.
It's causing mass anxiety for the people that do watch it.
Or the people who are obsessed with it and just stay watching it the whole time.
Right. Fear-mongering and constantly obsessing over the next thing that's going to happen externally when it's not affecting your daily life.
You don't need Fox News, CNN, or any of that playing all the time.
No, you don't.
You need ridiculous. It morning, afternoon, evening.
Yeah.
That's about it. You don't need all these dumb shows, all these, like, personalities that are giving their opinion.
That was kind of the cool part of being married to somebody who was in a submarine and underwater for 6 months at a time. Was I was their news source, and I would tell them things like, I don't know, COVID just hit and I can't go to Walmart to get a case of water because everybody thinks that they're going to be extra thirsty. Or like just random little...
You should just start your own news
things.
publication.
I almost did. It would have been a good one. It also would have been kind of disheartening, though. So.
Start a podcast.
Not out west. Not out west.
You could do that in your new house. Just have a podcast.
Yeah, it is tempting. I'm excited to see what all I'm going to need for the house, like, once I get everything.
You will forget the smallest things, because, like, when I lived in my own place, I would always be like, oh, shit, I need this. Fuck, I don't have it.
I can't open her, like...
A can opener, a toilet plunger.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing in college. It's like, so I moved in my own dorm, and it was like basically a 4-bedroom apartment. I shared a bathroom with another guy, and he knocks on my door one night. He's like, hey, do you have a toilet plunger? I'm like, no, I forgot to buy that. So we had to take the campus shuttle down to Walmart.
Oh my God.
Pick it up and come back.
Yeah, that sucks.
But it was also like a dorm full of boys, so...
Yeah. I don't see myself having those kinds of problems.
Yeah.
But, well, I mean, that's another thing that, like, I'm starting to realize as I'm going through all of the things that I do have. Is, like, I've got a big KitchenAid stand mixer. I love that thing. I've got, like, a blender. I've got, like, most of, like, the little things. I don't have dishes. I don't have utensils. And I don't have any spices.
Yeah.
So, like, once I move in...
Spices go to Lowe's.
Really?
The Lowe's grocery up there. Amazing spices. The Spice Bazaar are so fucking good.
Good to know. My mom gets all of her, like, big spices that she uses most frequently in, like, 5-gallon drums.
Oh, Jesus. I used to buy gallons of, like, body wash and shampoo back in the day.
My mom gets, like, 5-gallon drums of, like, wheat berries so she can mill her own flour because she doesn't trust store-bought bread.
My mom started doing that.
It's the best thing ever. I'm telling you, encourage that shit because you will always come home to, like, fresh cinnamon rolls or good bread or it's the best.
I have a joke that we have, like, a whole apothecary station because they have a whole bunch of, like, dried herbs and
glass
spices.
Jars with everything labeled. Yeah. That's my mom. She walked into my office the other day. She swung by my work and she goes, "You have a label maker?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "If I tell you things to, like, make labels for, can you do it?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay, good, because I need, like, 40. I was like, "Mom." All right. She's like, "I'll buy the tape for you. Just, like, let me know."
Yeah, this house is interesting because Marn has, like, some crystals and stuff, like, up everywhere. Mom has the apothecary spices. Yeah. They have herbs, a dryer for all the herbs and everything.
That's cool. Yeah. That's really cool. I think it's important. I mean, that's part of homesteading. It's part of teaching kids, like, what you can identify that even is native here and kind of overgrows. What I really want to get back to, when I lived in Georgia for, like, the first 12 to 15 years of my life, we had this native fruit called pawpaw. Have you heard of it? No. It is a little green, like, pod that turns, like, bright yellow. It's kind of like a loquat.
Let me look this up.
A pawpaw fruit. They're really good.
The first thing that pops up for pawpaw is there was a possum named that on, like, a D&D podcast. It was pawpaw.
P-A-W. The pawpaw fruit.
Oh, interesting.
And they're really good. But you don't see a whole lot of them here because we're so coastal.
Yeah, they got taken out of supermarkets. Let me see why.
Probably because they're hard to process.
That is exactly what it says.
Yeah, they're hard to process. But when you do it on your own, I mean, you can process a whole tree, and they're so good. It's literally butter.
Yeah. I mean, people need to learn how to, like, grow your own food, make your own shit nowadays.
Yeah, identify things.
Like, even if you're not... have the space for homesteading, at least try to grow, like, herbs and stuff.
Right.
Like, tend to take care of it. I know my next apartment, I'm going to have plants and shit everywhere.
I have already ordered these because in my new apartment, I'm going to have these really big windows that are, like, as big as this. So I've already got, like, shelves that you can hang from a rod, but they also suction cup to the windows. So you get the privacy once you fill everything, and I'm going to fill it with every single plant that I have been obsessed with for, like, the past year and a half. Because I have, like, a whole Pinterest board of, like, plants that I want that I don't want to spend $40 on because it's a plant. Yeah. But, like, now I'm going to have the space to, and I'm going to be able to afford it. I'm so excited.
You can also, like, if you see a plant, you, like, cut it and then take the leaf back.
I have been. So a couple of guys that I work with, one of the guys has, like, a big wire shelf in front of his window, and he has a shitload of plants. And I went over there for the 4th of July, and I was, like, poking at his plants, making sure everything was alive and doing well. And he was like, well, you can have a clipping of that one because it won't stop growing. I was like, really? And I got a clipping of it, and it was almost impossible to propagate. I put it in water, and it started to rot. So I put it in, like a perlite solution. It also started to rot. And then I put it back in water once I saw, like, a little bit of bud on it, and now it won't stop growing. So I'm really excited.
You'll just let that take over everything.
Yeah, I'm going to just let it trail all over the place. I've already paid the security deposit. I know I'm not going to get it back, so yeah, I'm going to make $600 worth of damage.
Surprisingly, I got my security deposit back when I put a hole in the wall. Like,
Nice.
My first apartment moving out with me and my ex, I put up a dry erase board. And I got double-sided tape that said industrial grade, won't leave streaks, easy to come off. It was not easy to come off.
Yeah.
I peeled up the drywall. It was like a giant square of just drywall and whatever. So I got like the putty and like spackled it and all that. And I like became friends with like one of the maintenance guys. Like I did this 6 months before we moved out. So I'm like, let me make some friends real quick.
Yeah.
So I would see the maintenance guys. I would talk with him. I'd be like, hey, I dinged up like a little bit of my apartment just moving around furniture and stuff like that. Do you have any paint so I can just easily cover it up? And I painted that fucking wall. It was the wrong color because they changed it.
Oh my god.
But I did not get nailed for it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess when you're honest like that, they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I paid so I had 2 options for the security deposit. I could have done a full month's rent up front and gotten it back. Or I could have done half a month's rent up front and not gotten it back.
Yeah.
I was asking my coworkers, I was like, what do you think the right thing to do is? And they were like, well, with the dog you have, you really want to be sweeping up pet hair and cleaning all that shit up before you realize you're probably not going to get any money back?
Yeah.
I was like, you're right.
My last security deposit, I fully got it back and then immediately put the funds into my tattoo in my leg.
Yeah. See, that's one thing that, like, I was excited for getting this job is, like, the pay that I'm going to be able to have. I'm going to be able to get the art that I want. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm kind of good right now. You know, as much as I like tattoo therapy, I don't think I need it right now. And it is kind of sad because I do have, like, a very long list of things that I want.
You got years in the future.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, I mean, this one's already 4 or 5 years old. All my other ones are older than that, so it's like...
I know I'm wanting to get, like, Bulbasaur, Celtic Knot here. Like, this is my Celtic Knot arm of shit I like.
Fair.
Yeah. Like...
Yeah, if I was going to do anything, it'd be about an inch above this. I want to start, like, a little half sleeve. Nothing crazy, nothing flashy, but, like, a little something, but... I got time.
Yeah.
It ain't going anywhere, I hope.
You're not going to lose an arm.
Maybe. Yeah. Depending on how the dog feels about moving. We'll see.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see.
They usually get good within like 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
Finn just has to smell everything and he's fine. Like, I get the ultimate sniff down anytime I come out and someone else has like a pet or anything. Like, he is worse than the TSA. Just sniffing me down, just... like pressure too.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I want every single scent. Give it to me now.
In his nose.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, yeah, permanently there. That's how I heard.
Did you meet him last time you were here?
No, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to.
And then Clover's in there also, which is the parent's dog, which is a giant mutt.
Nice. We love a mutt.
That makes a lot of sense because when I texted you to hang out last time, like I was like, she'll probably not text me back.
Yeah, I've been working my ass off, but it's all to try to get into this apartment. I'm trying to get at least 6 hours of overtime this week, so hopefully that happens. Our pay period's kind of weird, so it goes from Wednesday to Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
So I get paid on Fridays, but I have to figure out exactly how much time I can take. Because if I get over 40 hours and I let my boss know, he's usually like, get out, go, bye. Because whatever overtime I make comes out of his paycheck.
Oh, shit.
But, I mean, dude, you drive an Audi e-tron GT and a 2025 MDX. Like,
I don't know.
Those
cars.
are brand new vehicles.
Okay.
So one of them is all electric, super duper fast. And the other one is just like a super top of the line basically maxed out SUV.
I know after this, I'm planning on either getting a Toyota Camry, like one of the updated ones, or a Honda Civic Sport with a hatchback. 'Cause I like those two a lot because they have good gas mileage and they have great like space.
I would also look at the Integra. I mean, just come test drive it.
Okay, I'm not in the police, but I will.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is you say that, but an Integra is not. I mean, you're looking at the same amount you would get for a top of the line Civic.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's $35,000.
Yeah.
That's not that much, realistically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I could sell my car for that right now.
I will let you know when I run that into the dirt. You'll be the first person.
Yeah, I mean, even then, like, I work at the dealership. If you ever want to just come test drive it just to see, just to weigh your options and just get a feel for it and think on it for a little while, just let me know. And I'm there. We also have them in manual. We could always pull it out of the showroom just to dick around with.
I do not trust myself with manual. Give me like a beater that like if I hit something,
We'll
I'm
get
like,
you a little old Mazda 6.
Yeah.
2013 Mazda 6. How you feel about them? Skr skr.
I've seen like a few online on Facebook Marketplace when it's like this car looks so cool. Then I see manual, I'm like, fuck.
You can't drive it.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck.
I will say it makes insurance stupid cheap.
Does it?
Oh yeah.
I didn't
It's a
think.
safety feature.
Oh, I didn't even think they added that.
Yeah, I mean nobody can drive it anymore.
Yeah.
If you try to steal that thing, okay, good luck. Don't stall.
Yeah, I like my grandfather still drives manual, and I like watch him as he's driving.
Yeah.
Like I get the sound of it when you hear like it.
Yeah, when it gets to a certain RPM, you can gas it a little more, let off the clutch. But it's really, I mean, even cars these days, especially cars these days that are manual, they rev match for you. So you don't have to worry about the slip that you're going to feel in the clutch. It's really just hearing the difference and feeling the pull. But I don't know. Stick is fun. It's not my favorite. If we have a car that's going, like being sold and somebody has to take it to the gas station, I will never be the person to take it to the gas station. I hate doing that. But if we're just going for a ride, yeah, I'll drive it a little bit. Can't promise you I won't stall it, but I'll try not to.
Yeah, I've seen you test out like so many cars on
Oh god, it's so fun.
your Snapchat. Like you always post like a different car every day.
Yeah, I mean, what car do I get to take today? It's always, I get to take a fun car for lunch. If we have something used that came in, like we had a 2010 Jag that came in a couple days ago. Man, that thing was fun.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was automatic, but it was quick enough for you to feel like you were driving a Jaguar, but like dated enough for you to know it was definitely 2010.
Yeah.
So it was cool. But yeah, I mean, I get to drive in SUVs that give me a massage. It's great. It's great. It's the best.
I finally rode in a Tesla for the first time because when I had Russell and Bailey on, when they were talking about their candles, oh, that went out. These are their candles.
Fancy.
Yeah, they're alcohol themed stuff.
Cute.
Like margarita. This one is blueberry, so it's like blueberry beer. Really good stuff. Really good candles. They're down at the night market every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, he has a Tesla. So after the podcast, I said I'd never been in one before. He like showed me all the features and everything.
Yeah. They're wild.
And then just went fucking 0 to 80 in that road over there.
I mean, they're easy to do, but I will say, as fast as Tesla can go, nobody drives it like they can.
Yeah.
They all drive it like fucking assholes.
But that's also Charleston. Everyone sucks at driving here.
Yeah, but nobody likes the Teslas because they're the worst at it.
Tesla and BMW, they go back and forth depending on where you are.
I mean, everybody just wants to be behind the Nissan Altima. That's all I'm going to say.
I've seen one Tesla truck driving around here.
I've seen a couple. We've got a handful of them down here.
Yeah, I always see one park at Toast. So, like, when I'm leaving...
I think actually it's the owner's car.
Is that really?
I think so.
How does the owner... never mind, Toast is fucking expensive.
And it's a chain. So they own, like...
It's not even good food.
No, it's not. And the owner is actually got some allegations against him right now, so...
Ooh, tea time. Mm-hmm. Allegedly. He was, like, grooming girls and stuff. Oh, love that for him.
So, yeah, super stand-up guy. Support Toast.
He's not a Minecraft YouTuber, right?
Not that I know of. Okay, PewDiePie.
He didn't even groom stuff. He just said the N-word on a bridge.
Yeah, he just got overtly cocky with his words.
Yeah, he has a kid now.
I know, that's wild.
Yeah, him and Marcia moved over to Japan, has a kid. He doesn't do YouTube that much anymore.
Yeah, that's wild to think about. But, I mean, it's better than Shane Dawson, so...
I mean, he loves his cat.
Something like that.
Allegedly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, like, the YouTubers that I grew up with, like, Smosh is still around, Shane
I know, and I love that.
Anthony finally came back.
Yeah.
They're funny again. Shane is hilarious on the Smosh.
What was I gonna say? Good Mythical Morning.
Yes.
Rhett and Link.
Dude,
they are the most unproblematic human beings of the planet.
Have you listened to, I know Rhett has talked about, like, leaving the church and stuff like that. Have you listened to any of that?
Not really, but I definitely would like to.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of that, like, a lot of people are starting to realize that the mainstream thing that we call church nowadays has really become exactly that, is mainstream, and it's become extremely toxic, which is why it took me a really, really long time to find a church that I liked. Because I don't want the fog machine and this band
the
playing.
entertainment.
Yeah, I'm not there to, like, make friends and blah, blah. Like, no, I came there for truth. And if I happen to make friends and meet people that touch my soul there, like, that's great. But that's not why I go.
Yeah.
You know, and I started just calling my church my own time. Because on Tuesday nights, I'll go and sit at Ellis Creek Fish Camp. And sit at the water and have a cocktail and read my Bible. And that's how I ended up getting the word for a really long time. And recently I did find a church that I actually really like, and they keep the kids included throughout the service, and, like, I don't know, it's just very community-based.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, I mean, there's 15, 20 people there.
Yeah.
So I would like more of a community, but at the same time, that's not why I'm there.
Yeah,
so.
You don't really need, like, a big community.
Yeah.
You don't even need to, like, go to church to pray.
You don't. Well, that's the biggest thing that I wish I was taught growing up. Is like, church is wherever you make it. I mean, it's important to go to a brick and mortar place every now and then, just because it does feed your soul to have that sense of community. But that's not where you talk to God. Mm-hmm. Talk to God wherever you want to.
Yeah. Do check out the Rhett stuff, because it's always, like, I love hearing his takes. It's interesting to hear. Like, or not, whatever.
Well, no, I just haven't listened to it.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, listen to it. It's, like, even if you don't agree with what he says, it's still, like, someone saying something.
Yeah, well, I think it's important to definitely get everybody's perspective, because it definitely helps you almost live vicariously through other people and get some advice that you wouldn't hear otherwise.
Yeah. Because I was baptized Catholic, but I stopped going to church. Because I started questioning a lot of stuff, and they don't like that.
Well, and that's fair. I mean, I did the same thing. My dad was the lay leader of the church growing up, and he was a raging alcoholic, so I had a lot of questions.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, the more I had an out-of-body experience when I was 17, and that shifted my idea from this is something my parents want to this is something that I actually need.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful I had the foundation, but at the same time, had I been able to choose, I would have never gone.
Yeah. So what do you think of the old, like, how Christianity spread itself because they intermingled with a lot of the old, like, pagan and druidic religions? Like, how Christmas used to be Yuletide, how, like, Hallows Eve, Halloween used to be, it's not a Christian holiday, but, like, how it had, like...
Well, it did have Christian base.
Okay.
And I do think that a lot of the, I guess, rituals that we see in a lot of Western holidays today, a lot of people are very quick to jump to that is pagan and that's unchristian or whatever. But I think it all comes down to the intention that you put behind it. If you're intending to just have a celebration of life, if you're just intending to, I don't know, just play a different role for a minute, like, that's okay. As long as you know who you are at the core and, like, what your values are, I think that's important. But at the same time, I don't think we need to completely dismiss an entire holiday or just an event because it doesn't meet the criteria of XYZ to become this perfectly glorified and purified thing.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a little ridiculous and redundant. And, you know, of course I don't want my kid dressing up as the little devil on Halloween. Of course, I'm not going to put my kid in that costume. But if you want to dress up as Eeyore and go collect candy from strangers, I'm not going to tell you no.
Yeah.
I'll dress up with you.
Who would you dress up as? Which Winnie the Pooh character?
Oh, man. So my original last name was Tigner, so I'd have to go with Tigger. because I think that's pretty accurate with my spastic brain. But if I really had to pick, Piglet.
I mean, fair.
Piglet, yeah.
Have you seen, since Winnie the Pooh came out of copyright, it's now in the public domain. Did you see that?
Is it? No.
Yeah, like how Steamboat Willie came in the public domain. Winnie the Pooh came into it like a while ago, I think a couple years, and they immediately made a horror movie. Murder and Honey.
Oh wait, maybe I did see that.
Yeah, it was like the really
God.
terribly like slasher film.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Why are they ruining kids?
I mean, I think it's interesting because like with it being in public domain, it allows people to free use whatever they want.
I mean, I guess so. I've never been like a horror gore kind of person.
Oh, I love
think the Five Nights at Freddy's and all. I think that's just like, why?
I love horror because I like being scared.
Yeah,
I don't normally get scared. I also like the weird aspects of it. Plus, like gore and like dismembering doesn't do anything for me. Like
that's where I like psychological thrillers and horrors and stuff. Like
Gerald's Game.
I was gonna say more like The Black Phone.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, that one's fucked. You want to talk about a movie that'll stay with you? Yeah. Gerald's
Game. Have you heard of it? Mm-mm. I think it's a Stephen King book. But this wife and husband go off for a retreat. They're about to have the sexy times. And she handcuffs herself to the post. Then the husband has a heart attack.
Oh, shit.
So she's handcuffed there, and it is just like her trying to get out while also like hallucinating the husband and all that stuff. It is like Stephen King and
yeah, it checks.
And there's like one part in there where like I said, dismembering, I'm good with. I can sit there and be like, cool.
I mean, yeah.
But it's the small, like, small little thing, like when someone takes, like, a shard of glass and, like, cuts and, like, the jaggedness. And, like, in the most recent season of The Boys, like, they had, like, a lobotomy scene.
Yeah.
That I had to turn away. Like, it's...
Really? You can't watch that? See, I can watch that stuff, but I can't watch people accidentally breaking bones.
The bones are hard. Like, I've seen the videos of, like, someone bouncing from a trampoline and just
snapping their leg. Woo!
That sometimes gets me just because of what happened.
See, and I've never broken a bone like that, and I can't.
Oh, it was... You're probably gonna writhe in this, but, like, when I broke it, like, the first time breaking it, like, it was broken. I didn't move it. But the second time re-breaking it, when I hit this and it shockwaved and hit that, I moved my shoulder and it felt like rusty gears grinding.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was such a weird feeling because it's bone. It's like, you know,
I can't do broken bone. Mm-mm.
You know, like the bone conducting, like, headphones?
Yeah.
Like, no one could hear it, but I could, like, hear the vibrations, like, through it. It was so weird, but, like, at the same time, cool. And also really fucking painful.
Yeah, you say so.
The hospital drugs were amazing.
Yeah. See, that's another fear that I have, is ever going to the hospital.
The first time I was on the drugs, because I had surgery on this, they pulled me out. They asked, like, if I knew who I was, and I responded in an Irish accent, I'm a potato. So then after the whole rugby team found out my nickname was Potato for the rest of high school. And then when I got the hook plate taken out, I got put in, thought I was a potato, taken out. I come to on the hospital bed. Dad's talking to the nurse. My sister's sitting right there, and I just go, shh. My sister's like, are we being too loud for you? Like, do we need to quiet down? I'm like, shh. I'm Shakira. I start, like, shaking my hips. I get fucked up on those drugs where I'm just...
Yeah, I guess I'm just nervous that, like, I'll be with somebody, like a loved one, and I'll say something that I definitely should not have said out loud. Like, that's my biggest fear.
You don't want to be an internet meme?
No. I don't want to, air somebody's dirty laundry or, like, mention something, like a thought that I should have definitely kept to myself. Like, that's probably my biggest fear, is being, like, having my wisdom teeth taken out. My dentist keeps telling me, like, I can or I don't have to. Like, it's kind of up to me.
Yeah.
And they don't bother me, so I'm keeping them in because I'm terrified that they're going to have me on anesthesia and I'm going to come out and I'm going to say some shit that gets me in trouble.
Just make sure no one records it.
I mean, I might just have my best friend take care of me for like 3 days so that I don't say anything off the wall.
It's like you're about to speak, just hand goes over the mouth.
Yeah,
it's like,
nope.
nope.
Shut me up.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten mine taken out. I don't think I will. It doesn't cause me pain. Plus, I hate the dentist.
I love the dentist.
I hate it.
I love the dentist. I will never go to a doctor.
I've gotten these two completely removed their root canals because I broke it.
Ow.
Because in high school, I saw an advertisement for the, like, one brush. It was, like, a mouth guard that, like, vibrated.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. I don't want to sit there for 2 minutes because I'm ADHD as fuck, and that is annoying. So I started using that, and I go to the, like, dentist after this breaks on a piece of pizza, just cracks.
Ow.
So I go to the dentist, and they're like, it looks like you haven't brushed your teeth for a year. I'm like, I've been doing it every day with this thing. They're like, that's terrible. That's just basically a mouth guard. Your teeth are fucked up.
Oh my god.
And then about 2 years later, I broke this eating a bagel.
Eating bread?
Yeah.
Damn, you got some sensitive teeth, my guy.
I guess. I'm good now. I got that replaced, and that was terrible because the anesthesia wore off like halfway through. So as they were drilling it, I was feeling it.
Oh god.
And like
scary.
I wanted to get it over, so I was just eating the pain. And I winced like 1 or 2 times a little bit too much, and the dentist was like, did the pain medication wear off? I'm like, yeah, about like 10 minutes ago. He's like, and you haven't said anything. I'm like, no, I just wanted you to be over.
Yeah, just finish it. Ew. God, fuck that.
Oh yeah, no, I hate the dentist. I haven't gone to the doctor since I broke my wrist.
Yeah.
Like, I had so many x-rays and everything where I'm just like, I want to fuck off and not do anything. If I don't go to the doctor, nothing's hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm
fine.
saying. If I can suffer through, I don't need a doctor.
Yeah.
God will take me when my time is ready. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
I mean, hey, I made it this far. I'll be good.
So, last time you were on here, we had the green tea shot.
Yeah.
And then when, I think it was Parking Lot Talks 2, we did the dicey drinks, which is we rolled D6 for liquor mixer garnish. Yeah. And we made a drink that I didn't realize was so close to the green tea shot. It was peach schnapps, Sprite, and sweet and sour mix. It was that
pretty
without
much the exact same thing.
And Kyle loved it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. He's a girl. He's a girl.
Kyle doesn't really drink, but he's like, that shit is good. I need it every time.
I'm telling you, I don't know what it is about mixing Jameson with peach schnapps. It's like the best.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to drink. It's not overtly heavy. It is kind of sugary. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty.
You love
sugary.
sugar, so.
Yeah, but I mean, if you got a taste for sugar, that's the drink.
Then I had another drink called Shrek Piss.
Ew.
It was basically like a Long Island iced tea. It was Midori, watermelon pucker, sweet apple pucker. I'm trying to think what else. Vodka, gin, maybe? It was a lot.
Sounds like an AMF.
Oh, God. It was like...
That's what I almost requested.
What's an AMF?
It's called an adios, motherfucker. It's got like 5 or 6 different liquors in it.
Maybe the next one.
And a little splash of blue curacao to make it blue.
I got that right down there.
Yep. We might have to do an AMF at some point.
Oh, God.
I mean...
At least don't do a sidewalk slammer. That one I'll never do.
Ooh.
Like, this is coming from the guy that used to rip Everclear in college and shotgun Four Locos.
See, I was partial to my Fireball, and I still am.
I hate Fireball.
Yeah, most people do.
Yeah.
But sorry, you have weak genetics. I don't know.
I don't know how to take that. Jesus.
I mean, I'm saying. Only cool people like Fireball and Goldschlager.
I would put Fireball with... Get Angry Orchard, Fireball, and caramel liqueur.
I was about to say that apple pie.
Yep, yeah. That is the only way I'll drink like Fireball, because I don't like cinnamon. Like, I'm not a big cinnamon fan.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. I mean, most people that don't like Fireball don't like cinnamon.
Yeah.
But I love cinnamon. And I found that if you have really bad road rage and you chew cinnamon gum, it keeps you from getting super pissed off.
Do you have really bad road rage?
I drive for a living. Of course I do. Of course I do.
I just yell at old people. Like,
it doesn't help when I just need to get from point A to point B as fast as humanly possible. Mm-hmm. That's why they pay me. Because I do things quickly and efficiently, and I waste no time.
But that's impossible on Savannah Highway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the amount of people turning into the Dunkin' parking lot. Like, dude, just go.
It gotten to the point where if I come from Costco, I don't turn down Savannah. I take the back roads just because it's so bad.
It's awful.
I hate the traffic around here. The traffic, the heat, and the cost of living are like the top three reasons why. And there's also not many media jobs besides news.
There's not much around here.
And I'm not going into news.
I don't blame you. I mean, journalism these days isn't journalism.
No, I would if I did journalism, I'd like to do my own stuff, which
make it
sort of is like this, maybe.
Kind of, yeah, in a sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These are super casual interviews, but it's still an interview. Like, I have a few people lined up, and since it's getting colder, I can finally start getting people that aren't just my friends and be like, hey, come suffer in a hot garage for 2 hours.
Yeah, true.
So I can finally, like, I have a couple, like, small business owners or restaurant owners that I have lined up that are coming on.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, that's fun.
I'm excited.
That's partly why I wish I sold cars, is so I could network a little better, but
I mean,
it's kind of cool.
You can start your own dealership. You got this.
Yeah, let me just pull out $50,000 from my ass and buy 6 cars.
Oh, you got it. Just take out a small loan of $1 million.
A small loan of $1 million. Yeah, man, life is good.
So I am curious, like, once election day comes out, like, how wild this shit's gonna be. Because it's not gonna be a normal election.
Well, it partly makes me wish that I was moving to the woods in a cabin, off grid.
You still can.
Yeah. I don't have the money for that right now.
18 months.
I know. It should be 18 months and I'll get there, but that's post-election. It's like, damn.
Just suffer it for a little bit.
I'm tired of suffering. I'm tired of I just want to be for a minute. Can I just be?
Just live in the moment.
Yeah. Well, that's the hardest thing that I had to learn when I got back to Charleston, was learning how to just be. And just, like, sit still. No phone, no noise. Just sit.
I'm a little bit too antsy for that. Like, I have to always be doing something.
My mom's the same way, and it makes me crazy because, like, she'll be like, oh, yeah, well, we're going to do dinner on the dock. And I'm like, okay. And then dinner's done. And she's like, okay, back to the house. And I'm like, can we just, like, sit by the water for a minute?
Like, if I'm by a fire, I'll sit and be fine.
Yeah, because you have something to fixate on.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's the whole thing is, like, I jump from fixation to fixation to fixation. Like, I don't know.
Binoculars. Dude, bird watching. I'm telling you, I'm in my
grandma
era.
I have not hit that yet. Like, I'm not at the bird watching era yet.
It's so cool, dude. Just wait till you get there, and then you're gonna be like, holy shit, I was missing out on so much.
You're a birder.
I am a birder. I had to say it, but that's another thing I'm excited for, is getting a little bird house or like a bird feeder and sticking it on the outside window. Watching Hercules flip out when he sees a squirrel in there, man.
That's how all the dogs are. Like, our neighbor, when he lived there, used to have chickens. So,
the best.
So they would hop the fence, and then Fenn and Clover would just chase them around. Like, it was fucking wild.
It's so fun to watch.
Then they would, like, hop up on the fence. Clover couldn't reach it, and then Fenn would just, like, poke him in the butt with his nose to, like, push him over.
Hercules, one time when we first moved into the house that I'm at, I let him out, and he had been watching this one squirrel in the corner of the yard, like, the entire time. So I let him out, and he beelines it over there. And he's, like, going crazy in the corner. And I walk over there, and the squirrel had escaped, but, like, this much of his tail hadn't. Mm-hmm. And I ended up bringing it inside, cleaning it up, and now I have, like, a piece of a squirrel tail in my hat.
Oh, Jesus.
So cool. Proud mom moment.
I forget, how long have you lived on Folly?
Since freshman year.
Okay. And a lot has changed since then. Like,
everything.
So many restaurants. You had Wiki that was up, shut down. Taco Boy took over. Bounty Bar.
Yep.
I'm so upset Surf Bar closed. I love that place.
I miss Surf Bar. They had the best wings. They had the best wings, hands down. Mm-hmm. We used to go there every day, me and my little brother, after school. The bus would drop us off down there. And we'd just go to the bar and hang out till my mom got off, and she'd come pay our tab. But it was always, I mean, they were just the nicest people in there. It was always really wholesome. They had, like, family-friendly games. And, yeah, I miss Surf Bar a lot.
Yeah. Do you know, the funny thing is, do you know who was my lawyer in the divorce?
Who?
Bolus.
Really?
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, because he used to be my football coach.
Oh, yeah.
So then, like, years later, I'm like, hey, coach.
That's funny. Wow.
It took him a little bit to recognize me because he saw me in, like, middle school.
Yeah, teeter-totter.
Yeah, little,
That's
like,
funny.
bowl cut Liam, who sucked at football. Dude, I had no neck in the pads.
Bench warmer.
Yeah, basically.
It's okay, I was too with soccer.
Yeah, I did soccer for, like, 2 years, and I hated it because I couldn't hit anyone. Like,
Yeah.
they stuck me on defense the whole time, which I was bored because, like, half the game would be up there.
Upfield, yeah.
Yeah, and I would just be back here like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, daisy picker.
Yeah, basically. It was that in baseball, too. When I was up north, I was always second base or shortstop. Then I come down here, and I'm not the coach's son, so I get...
Right, so you thrown into the outfield.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I hated it. It was like 9, 10, 11 is when I played baseball down here.
Yeah.
No one's into to the outfield. It is so rare that a kid hits a fucking dinger.
Yeah. Yep.
It, like...
Kids are soft these days, though. They don't even know how to hit a ball.
No, they don't. Like, I hate it. Like, there are some kids that are doing, like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, getting into that. But there's a lot of... If you aren't playing football... You don't play football, basketball, or baseball. Like, that's all the sports nowadays when there's a whole bunch more opportunity to do that stuff.
You're right. It's unfortunate. I don't know. I think kids are lazy.
Yeah, they're a little bit late. They're chasing dopamine, and once they get off of phones and everything.
Yeah, speaking of, sorry.
You're good.
Alyssa and Nolan went upstate to bring supplies to people that need it today.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I've seen the news of, like, Asheville.
It looks bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad. I mean, they're stuck. So.
Gatlinburg got flooded.
Yeah, everything's flooded. Everything is, I mean, Chimney Rock's gone.
Yeah.
So.
Good thing FEMA will help. Good old government service.
Right, yeah. Yep, they've been there for the past 8 hours. No. I did see there was a post about, all of the ambulances from Western Tennessee coming over. There were also a bunch of posts saying that anybody that is bringing supplies that is renting a trailer, because even Alyssa and Nolan went and rented a U-Haul to load up with supplies. But they are getting mugged at rest stops because they have supplies.
Oh, shit.
And so she was like, she texted me this morning and she was like, hey, just letting you know we're all headed out, but we're all super strapped. So if,
yeah, I was just about to ask.
She was like, if we have any issues, I'll call you immediately. But as of right now, we're okay. So.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. People will start robbing you.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Good
The world
thing.
we live in.
Yeah, good thing a lot of the southern states are now, you don't really need concealed to carry anymore.
Yeah, I mean that was the one stipulation that my granddad had with me when they did pass the constitutional carry. Though he was like, I mean, I'll give you a gun, but I'm not going to give it to you and like have it signed over to you until you get your concealed carry test. He was like, at least pass the test. You don't have to get the cert, but take the test. And I was like, okay. And I did, and it was really nice because I mean, 26 out of 26 shots is pretty good.
Hell yeah. Did you get the tourist you were talking about last time?
I did not. Still got that Browning, but that's another thing for probably my Christmas present from Grandpa because I want it. I want it real bad.
Not the yeet cannon?
No, I think I'll get that in the will. I don't even where to store it right now.
That video did pretty decently.
Did it?
Oh yeah,
That's
like
funny.
anything you post to like 2A or talking about guns on TikTok or whatever,
Yeah.
like people comment, like they have.
Oh yeah.
Just
I'll send you the picture of the cannon so you can clip it in.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, he and just a couple of his college buddies, when they all enlisted and they got back from Vietnam, they all just kind of decided that they were done with the whole like war idea, but they really liked cannons. And so they were like, we can just build one.
Yeah.
And they did. They built their own cannon, and it's pretty legit looking.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty sweet.
any like black powder rifle you can own without a license or
Yeah.
anything because it's technically an antique, so you can have a cannon for
You
self-defense.
can, but also you should probably let the fire department and the local police department know before you shoot it off. Because all of Awandon knows who my grandfather is.
I mean,
It's loud as shit. when
It's
we
good to
light
be
the
known by
marshal
that.
fire. Yeah.
I'm at like the 4th of July's that are amazing.
Yeah, that, weddings, graduations, homecomings, literally
Any excuse to
event.
fire.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anytime he wants to pull out the black powder and he's sober enough to weigh it out. Yeah, why not?
just eyeball it.
That's almost how he lost his hand.
But like it was interesting, like back in like piracy times, there was actually like an automatic cannon called like the puckle gun, which would act like the Gatling gun, and it was on ships and you rotated it.
That's really cool.
It was cool as shit. Like even if you look back in the day for like revolutionary times, there was an like not automatic but like multi-firing musket.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like I'm a big nerd when it comes to like guns and how that works. Like I don't do cars. Like I love the machinery of it. I don't understand cars. Like I have a big book on how like guns work and all that stuff. And just the Germans make good guns. They make really engineered good guns. But holy shit.
Yeah, they made some extreme shit for sure.
That like if it doesn't work right, it doesn't work at all.
Oh yeah.
But it's just the German engineering.
It's a lot like Audi.
Yeah, that is what I've heard with like German cars is like you have to work on this. We build it so you take care of it and work on it, or else it won't work.
Yep.
While Japanese was like, yeah, I can go a year without oil. We build it to last.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think that's the biggest difference in like the two dealerships too. Is like I work for a Japanese manufacturer, and it's really nice to have like the reliability and the clientele like knows that they're guaranteed at least 350,000 miles out of a brand new car.
Yeah.
That's a guarantee. And we put a little bit of the budget into the interior design. So it's not boring. Like Toyota, I think personally has the most boring interior ever. Driving the RAV was miserable.
Yeah.
I hated it. Driving the Pilot, I love my car. I love my car. And I think it's because it's all geared towards the driver. And people who like cars. But then you get the Japanese or the German manufacturers, BMW, Audi. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely nothing is. It's all backwards. And even if you change just 1 year, everything's completely different.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention they didn't even have remote start till this year.
I don't have. I push to start on that, but I don't have remote start.
See, I do. I have a very nice remote start system in a 2017, and I'm pretty impressed by it.
Which would be perfect for like colder areas.
Oh, it's great, yeah.
Because like you have to warm up your car beforehand. Except like last year when we had like the frost, I had to like pull out like which car do I not use the most and then scrape
it. Yeah, yeah. That's another perk that I feel like I sacrificed a little bit getting rid of the RAV because it had like adaptive cruise control, which was really nice to have, and I kind of sacrificed that for heated seats.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I love my heated seats.
The heated seats are nice. Like
I
have
use
them
in the summer.
I have them in my car, and I'll use them in the passenger seat, but not mine because the seat has sort of worn a little bit, and I see the exposed copper wires.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I do not want to set myself on fire.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've got to actually take mine into the dealership and see if they can replace the heating element because my back warms, but the seat part doesn't. So I bet I got a warranty with the car, so we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Fair enough. I mean,
I just don't want to shell out $350 to get my seats working again.
oh, my passenger window is going to be $2,000 to fix. Because, like, glass broke. Like, a weed whacker hit a rock, shattered it.
Jeez.
The people replacing it didn't pull the glass out of the bottom of it. So we got in the motor and destroyed it. So now my window is duct taped up.
Oh,
and,
my gosh.
yeah,
what a nightmare.
They have to buy, like, a whole new motor.
That
and
sucks.
that's $2,000 that I do not have.
Damn.
Yeah. I am not liking that car.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't blame you. That sucks.
I mean, let alone the whole engine's refurbished. Because it blew up on me.
Damn. Yeah, well, it's paid off though, right?
No.
Oh.
I still have 2 more years.
Oh, pray that somebody T-bones you real hard.
Yeah.
Not hard enough to do some serious damage, but...
No, serious damage. I'm fine with that.
No, serious damage. Ow, my neck hurts.
Just don't paralyze me. Either, like, where I'm fine or that's it.
Yeah.
I don't need it in between.
A manageable pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough to get some sympathy points.
Right.
You show up on a date and you're like, just in a neck brace and be like...
The Liam's Broken Neck Foundation, everybody go fund me.
It makes some interesting podcasts. You just see me with a giant fucking neck brace.
Well, when my older brother, God bless him, he broke damn near every bone by the time he was 15.
Jesus.
But when he was younger, he went to a skate park that Rob Dyrdek had just opened up in Atlanta. Okay, He was like super excited. It was like one of the first opening days of the park, and he was there for no more than 20 minutes and broke both of his ankles.
Jesus.
Same time. So when he was in both air casts, walking around the school in crutches and being pushed around in a wheelchair, he tied a jar around his neck that said Lee's Broken Foot Foundation, and he was just collecting loose change. He probably made about $30 or $40 off of loose change in one day. I mean, that's pretty good money for a kid. So
it's the same like hustle in school where people would sell sodas or like
or racers or whatever. Yeah.
And then fucking James Island food. The moment they did away with Chick-fil-A was bullshit.
Oh, we were all mad.
Oh,
we were
everyone.
all mad.
To the point where they're like, we would sell Chick-fil-A breakfast in the morning. You have
Right.
to buy it.
Yeah, we were all real pissed. Yeah, I remember when they took the real Cokes out of the vending machines.
God, those
That was
fucking...
hell.
I would always go... They would have the vending machines open until my senior year. Then they would shut them between classes.
Yeah, so we couldn't hang out around them during class. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I remember saving up all of my babysitting money to go spend it at those damn vending machines.
Oh, yeah, for like a $3 gummy worms.
Right, a $5 honey bun or whatever. Yeah.
Fucking Lucas would always get like the honey bun. He's like, kissed by Jesus, it's so good.
Yeah. My granddad has decided that honey buns taste better when they're like pan-seared. Mm-hmm. So you take a honey bun, you put a little bit of butter down, you get pan super, super hot, and then you smush the honey bun down on it so where it goes tss, and it like caramelizes a little bit. Flip it, and do it on both sides, and then you have like a perfectly crispy honey bun that's like nice and warm in the center. It's the best.
My favorite like fat take is you freeze Uncrustables and then put them in the toaster. The end of it is toasted and the middle of it's nice
Still
and cold.
Frozen, yeah.
Solid. Like I've done that a few times at work and they're like, "Why are you it's frozen."
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, just trust me on it. I'm fat. This is well researched.
Yeah. I can one-up you, though, on a stoner food.
All right. Hit me with it.
Right. Costco's Asiago bagels. The ones that are super cheesy, just covered in cheese. Slice that in half. And either you can go savory or you can go sweet with this. Savory would be a little bit of garlic salt and a little bit of onion powder and a lot of butter. Okay. Sweet, Nutella. Nutella and cheese is like a god combo. I don't know why, but I guess I guess Hispanics do it too. They put cheese in their hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And I think that's so interesting. I would never do that.
Yeah.
I think that's disgusting, but a cheesy bagel with Nutella? Yeah.
When I worked at Starbucks, I would get the everything bagel, put cream cheese on it, then get the little like salami and cheese thing, put that on it, toast it, and that would be my lunch. So fucking good.
Interesting.
Never get it as a customer because that's about $20 right there.
Right, yeah.
Like I would get away with it because I worked there along with like all the dumb
Just comp it, yeah.
Yeah. All the dumb shit I would make, like I would take the refreshers, put some ice in it, blend it, and you have a slushie. Yeah. Mango dragon fruit slushie. I remember one time I like if you make like a venti size, it comes out in a Trenta and then a tall.
Oh yeah.
So I was getting off work. I made that. I was walking out. A mother came up to me and was like, "My son was wondering what that is." I'm like, "Oh, it's something I make myself. I have a small one if he wants it." And the kid's like,
lit up.
Oh, so fucking happy. But I feel so bad for any Starbucks worker because she'll have to try to explain what that is, and they're like, "I have no fucking clue what you're talking about."
Starbucks has the best grilled cheese on the market.
I haven't tried the grilled cheese. Their chicken maple sandwich, so good, along with like the egg and pesto breakfast sandwich.
I do like their egg and pesto. Yeah. I don't know. Gotta love Starbucks. We're so white.
It's so expensive though.
I know. I know. Clients bring me like gift cards and stuff, and they're like, "Here's $10 to Starbucks." I'm like, "You just bought my breakfast. Thank you."
Cool. I can get one smell of their air.
Right. I can get a cake pop.
Yeah, I worked there for 3 years. I worked at the South Windermere one that shut down. I picked up some shifts at the Folly Road one and then the King Calhoun one.
Oh, yeah.
God, I would hate those places.
I was about to say, I would hate to work downtown.
And then it was like downtown right as school started again.
Yeah, so morning rush was a rush.
Oh my God. And then I worked up in Myrtle Beach right from Coastal.
Oh, yeah.
And there was this weird order where this like small Asian lady would come in and order like 13 shots of espresso with 28 pumps of mocha, and that's it. I'm like, what are you doing with this? Like, you're not drinking this.
She's trying to kill her husband. Leave her alone.
She was like, no. She's apparently like a Chinese coffee like is espresso and just mocha, and that would be her week where she would just reheat it in the microwave and just pour it out each day. Huh. I was like, weird. But the manager up at Myrtle Beach loved me because I was the only straight guy there. So he was like retired from the Air Force, manager of Starbucks, and it was a whole bunch of girls and other guys.
He's doing big things.
And I came in and he's like, "You're normal. We're friends."
That's funny.
And I was working with my ex at the time. That was a whole shitstorm because God forbid I fucking have fun at work and see how many clips I can put on your apron without you knowing. That was a whole fucking argument. That was so dumb. 13 is what I got, by the way. And then like she was out drinking and is absolutely hungover, like pickle shots, like slapped a wine bag.
Yeah.
Tiny person. Hungover as shit. She calls out of work the next day. And she calls, like, straight up standing like that. A manager gets off the phone. He's like, "Oh, she's bullshitting. I know." I'm like, "She's hungover." I'm like, "I don't know. Whatever." And I call her later. I'm like, "You fucking idiot. Upside down. Lay on your bed upside down. Sound congested. Yeah. It sounds a lot better." Jeez. Pro tip for everyone. Or if you ever have a flat tire, take a picture of it. You can use it in the future.
Yeah. I don't know. I always take a picture of my thermometer when I'm sick.
Didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I don't usually have to prove if I'm sick. That like I usually just sound congested, and
I don't even call in. I just send a picture. I'm like, "Yo, I am burning up." They're like, "Okay."
Need a day off. You're just out on the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just in a hammock, relaxing, reading a book.
Also, the books nowadays. Like, so I signed up with ACX, which is Amazon's Audible, where I can read books. I can be like one of the narrators.
Yeah.
So it has like a whole bunch of like selections. Like, what books do you want to do? Do you want to exclude erotica? I'm like, no.
Oh my God.
Nope.
Oh my God.
Nope. I want
to
ruin someone's day that I know. They're reading a
hysterical.
They're listening to a smut book and they hear my voice.
Oh my God.
No. I would love that.
That's hysterical. That's really funny.
I'm doing my part.
That's funny. That's really funny. I don't like that.
Just a quart of roses and thorns read by Liam. That's even one of the tamer ones.
Oh my God.
I have friends in my Discord that talk about their smut books, so they have the public gooner role.
I'm so glad I was never into that. I like realistic fiction and docu-series. Like, I just can't.
I can't do romance. I suck at romance in real life, in video games.
I'm terrible at sitting and reading, like, wanting to read romance. Unless it's, like, a sad book. Mm-hmm. Like, A Walk to Remember. Okay, I'll sit and read that. But if it's, like, something, like, true, like, sappy, cheesy, I can't sit through it.
Do you not like romance or just the sappiness of it?
I think somebody trying to put it into words is really kind of cringe to me. And I don't know why. I wish it kind of, like, wasn't like that sometimes. But with that being said, I don't know.
I just chalk it up to I'm terrible at romance.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's kind of cringy and... Like, they're trying too hard.
I mean, you know my dating life, so...
Yeah. I mean, you know mine, too, so it's not like... I feel like we're both in the same boat.
Hell yeah, divorced.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
No, we're divorced. Teamwork didn't work.
Something like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well... it's about 2 hours. You have any parting words? I know you're getting tired and you have to work tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hope this next month goes pretty smoothly for both of us. I mean, I'm just hope we find some time to rest soon because I'm tired.
I get a week off between fall 1 and fall 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, you guys are coming up on break.
Yeah, I get the 1 week, which will probably be busy with podcast, Magic the Gathering, and video games. It's so addicting.
Nerd alert.
I have a video game tattoo on my arm. Like, I'm not secret about being a nerd. you sort of see what you get in this scenario.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
But surprisingly, Dungeons and Dragons works. Like, you tell girls that, like, hey, I play Dungeons and Dragons. They're like, oh, wow. What's that like?
I guess.
Yeah, and like anime, Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, I guess so. That's what does it for you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching another episode of Duff's Tavern. Pick up your Sausage Girl t-shirt. It's in the shop.
So excited.
Share the podcast around, like, comment, all that bullshit. Buy my t-shirts. They're good t-shirts. I worked on it.
They're pretty solid t-shirts.
They are. I spent hours, like, designing them and shit like that.
Not gonna lie, I wear mine pretty often.
It's so comfy.
It's a great first date tee.
Oh, sure. Hell yeah. I've gotten so many things of, like, I have the chlamydia thing in my, like, all my dating profiles. They're like, they swipe just to question that.
Just a question, yeah. I mean, I have people stop me in the store all the time. Like, what does your shirt mean? You wouldn't get it.
Here's a podcast.
Right. Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for watching, and have a good one.